Okay, hello and welcome back. We'll be playing more of this today. Uh, we're on chapter 2, I think. Turn the following day. What? I feel dazed and disoriented when I wake up the following morning, which isn't usual for me. I'm not a morning person. I never have been. Sometimes I think I'd be at my happiest if I could spend all my days lying in bed. I mean, same. But that isn't possible. I have things to do. Worst luck, and my clients won't wait around forever. Have ingredients to pick, potions to brew, and a small purring creature which is busy looking. I turned my head, blinking leerily, and wiped my eyes with the back of my arm. There, curled up on the pillow beside me, is a distinct ball of black fur. Oh, you did get back into the bed. It takes me a few moments to register what it is, but when I do, I remember now. This silly little creature fell through the flue of my chimney yesterday. I wound up taking him in. Thought he was an ordinary cat, just like any other, until I woke up in the middle of the night in the arms of a stranger. Welcome to Zireline Games. Hope you're having a good day. He looked at me, his mismatched eyes boring into my own, and said, he called me scrawny. I can't remember that clearly. What an ass. I'm still not over with that actually, but the cat, who I now know is called Blaze, purrs and gives my cheek another lick. Is he trying to get me out of bed? He must want me to hurry over Doc Cell on the devil so I can get to interrogating the witch who transformed him. Charmaine, I think her name is. Yeah, I recall everything that happened last night, including Charmaine's address. I'm surprised he didn't write it down. I would've. That should come in handy when I head off to see her. For now, however, I'd like to put some food in my belly. I'm famished. Blaze licks my cheek again, and touch more instinctly this time, and I sigh. Yeah, I heard you the first time. Getting up, you stupid. Oh, you stupid thing. You don't need to tell me twice. Whatever. I scowl. You might be taller than I am when you're a human, but you're not a human right now, are you? Your stupidity got you stuck in this form. So I'm going to address you in a manner I think is appropriate for the situation. Now, why are you in my bed? Didn't I tell you to spend the night on the floor? Blaze meows again. It's starting to get a bit samey and gives my cheek a little. Oh. His tongue feels uncomfortable, rigid, as I wince. He's getting my face all covered in saliva, damn it. Granted, this is significantly less awkward than it would be if Blaze was still a human, but he's still a regular guy deep down, no matter how small and fluffy he might be right now. As such, you should exercise more decorum, no matter how. Look at my face. Okay. Would this count as a kiss? Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. I think I need to wash my face. Alright, fine. Guess You can share my bed when you look like this. You don't take up much space, but if you try to sneak beneath my covers while you're still human, I'll hit you. Don't think I won't. Do we have an agreement? Good, I thought that sounded reasonable myself. Now quit licking me, I'm already awake. You don't have to keep trying to get my attention, dummy. I prod the tip of Blaze's nose. He goes cross-eyed in response and sit up. I shiver as my bare soul presses against the cold, warped wood of the floor. It is not an unwelcoming sensation. It helps me wake up. I'm going to get dressed now. You'd better scram here while I'm making myself decent. I don't want a repeat of what happened last night. They still swishes. I still can't speak cat, though it's not for the lack of trying. But I think that meow probably means stop being so precautious. What's the point of being self-conscious now? I've already seen you naked. Yes, it's a fair point to make, but I don't think I'm being unreasonable. Don't look at me like that. This is my house, you little monster. I should be allowed some privacy if I want it, even if you're a cat right now. I'm not going to give you any more opportunities to make fun of me. Now get out, scram, chew. I head over to the door, then wrench it open. I'll take you to see Charmaine. I said I would last night, but I refuse to go anywhere until I've gotten dressed. I'm not going to let you bully me. You're a guest here, and you have 4 legs to boot. What I say goes, mister. Blaze meows again, in a manner which doesn't sound entirely satisfied, but he does eventually oblige. He hops off my bed, his paws hitting the ground while with an audible thud, and slinks off. He exits my bedroom. His tail swishes in his wake, and once he goes, I afford myself a sigh. My heart is pounding more than it should, given how early it is in the morning, and my face feels horribly hot. I wasn't blushing while I was trying to lay down while the blaze, was I? Ugh, how embarrassing. Why does everything have to be so complicated? What's that? Does it taste alright? Oh good, I'm glad to hear it. Watch Blaze as he digs into his food, my chin propped up with one hand. I made myself some breakfast too, of course, but I'm having more fun watching Blaze stick his head in the dish I set for him on the floor than was busy myself with my own victuals. There's something oddly amusing about watching Blaze scrabbling around on the floor like an animal. I mean, that's a little mean. I would at least let him eat on the table. He's not a cat. Maybe I shouldn't be taking any amusement in this plight, but I have to bite back. Or rather, childless urge to say, "Ha, serves you right for being so tall." I mean, really, what's the point of having such impossible stature? It's not like being taller did Blaze any favors. Not now that he's stuck being a cat. I'm watching him for a few moments, blissfully amused as Blaze finishes with his food. Then once he's done, I retrieve his empty bowl from the floor. Put the bowl in the sink to soak, alongside my own bowl of half-eaten porridge. Then make make an announcement. Alright. Now that you've had your fill, we'd best be on our way. I'm not crazy about the thought of dropping on the Veller family. I've heard they're as fancy as I'll get out, but we don't have any other choice. Let's go pay a visit to Charmaine. Yeah, I knew the Fellers were wealthy, but this is something else. I didn't know this house was this big. Leaves me out, perhaps in agreement, as the two of us glance about Charmaine's not so humble abode. Charmaine's house is so large, calling it a house doesn't really seem to do it justice. It's more a mansion than anything. 3 towering floors with a smooth white exterior capped by a sloping slate roof. It's grandiose, and to an extent that I feel rather intimidated standing in its shadow. But this is nothing new for me. I'm short, so I always find myself standing in the shadows. I'm used to the feeling of fear here, which is perhaps why I'm able to shorten up my courage relatively quickly. Well, there's no point getting cold feet now. Not when we came all this way out here. Oh, do you not want to go in? Want me to go inside? I mean, probably dangerous. We already turned him into a cat. Now stop that shaking. You'll be fine. I mean, yeah, she'll probably also recognize the cat, so he should probably hide while he does this. I'm the one who'll be doing talking anyway, even though I'm awful at it. You don't have anything to worry about. Duh. You didn't think I was going to ask you to take the lead, did you? You can't even talk. That's right. All you need to do is sit there and look pretty. Just leave everything to me. Clear my throat and approach the front door, which, like the rest of this palatial home is much taller and wider than it really needs to be. I seize hold of the knocker, which is shaped like a lion's head, and give it a shake. Knocker sits in the door with a series of low thuds. I rap it 5 times just to make sure, then stand back. A few moments passed, and then... I beg your pardon? The door opens with a click, and one of the other family mates comes to greet us. Her hair is white, and her eyes are a pale icy blue. Her features are striking. They look oddly familiar. I mean, yeah, he kind of looks like him. I'm sure I've seen her somewhere before, but... Oh wait, I forget what she looked like, but was that, Angelique's maid as well? I forget what she looked like at the start. Before I place her, however, the maid says... I mean, he also kind of looks like him. Her hair just has like a more lavender hue to it. Can I help you? The maid's voice is cool and clipped. Her every syllable is smooth, polished marble. She might not be a lady herself, but she has some distinction. This distinction of one. Is that a requirement of a Lair family have for their servants? I'm starting to feel uneasy. This woman is literally a servant. But I need to get my act together. I'm the one who told Blaze to stop shaking. I ought to follow by example. If you can, I would be appreciated. We were hoping my connections, and I mean my companion and I mean that we might be able to speak to Miss Charmaine, if that wouldn't be too much of trouble. The The maid looks at me critically and then says, "My apologies, but Lady Charmaine is busy with her lessons at the present. You'll have to come back at a later date. With a written invitation, of course." The valets do not allow any old riffraff off the street to enter their home. You must understand, whenever it so suits them, it simply is not done. Now, be away with you. You may choose me impromptuously in a manner that isn't all that dissimilar the way I tried to get rid of Blaze. Then makes to slam the door shut. Well, crap. That wasn't how I wanted our meeting to go. Hey, wait! I cried out to a stone-faced maid. I didn't get any chance to plead my case. A student interrupted by a light girlish laugh. "Ah, Natel. Are you being rude to our guest?" "Milady. The maid Natel, I suppose." Jumps in surprise at this unexpected interruption. A young girl is standing in the entrance of the Velair family mansion, attire in fine clothes, though they look a little slipshod. The ribbon loose through her collar is crooked and uneven, and one of her stockings is fluttering down her foot. Mattel sees them, and tuts. "What are you doing down here, milady? And looking like that too? I thought you were supposed to be taking your etiquette lessons." "I was taking my etiquette lessons. But it was boring. So now I can't stand Armand's lectures. They go on forever in a day, and what does a cadaver like that know about etiquette anyway?" "He can't even curtsy. He'd put his back out." Okay. Lady, really? You can't just leave your tutor in the middle of a lesson, regardless of your feelings. It's not proper. If your mother knew about this... Oh, she scolds me all the time anyway. Ever since I cast that spell on myself, that is. Oh. What will she do to herself? She says if I want to be her daughter now, I need to start acting... Oh, is she trans? I need to start acting like a proper young lady. But I'm already a lady. I don't need to act like anything. She's almost as bad as Armand. If she's always scolding you, lady, perhaps you have to take that as a sign to mend your behavior. I could do that, I suppose. Indeed you could. But that's boring, so I won't. Now, who are we talking to, Natel? Who is our guest? Oh, him? Natel shoots me a look that can only be described as unpleasant. He's just a commoner, milady. Come to ask for alms, probably. He even brought his cat with him, as though I might garner our sympathies. He isn't worth expending our time on. I was just about to ask him to leave, in a matter of fact. Yes, I did hear you, but do hang about, dear Natel. Said he brought a cat with him. That's right, yes, but why should that matter, milady? Well, I wonder. The smiling Charmaine peers over Natel's shoulders. She looks first at me, but her brown eyes gaze soon settles upon Blaze. Blaze trembles when Charmaine's eyes lock onto his. He digs his claws into my chest. I did wonder, but that clenches it. He really is afraid of her. Charmaine, meanwhile, looks completely in her element. Her smile grows wider and slightly under and slipping under Natel's arms, she approaches us. Oh, hello there, traveler. Look, that's quite a cute cat you have. He's absolutely adorable. Hey, can I pet him? Jermaine greets me in a cheerful way which seems to touch too casual, given her status as a lady. Long-suffering Natal, meanwhile, looks like she's ready to pass out. Over this breach of etiquette, she grasps and says, Lady, please, missing your etiquette lesson is one thing, but your mother really would be angry if she saw you fraternizing with this what? What am I exactly to tell? I guess only time will tell. This hoodlum. Get back indoors this instant. In a moment, Nanny, don't be such a grump. I'm not being a grump, milady. I'm merely being sensible. If you were to come to any harm, then please don't fuss. I'll be fine. You're forgetting, Nanny. I'm one of the most powerful witches out there. I think I'd be able to see to it this scrawny young man easily enough if he tries anything funny. Am I really scrawny? Hearing it from Blaze was bad enough, but it feels even worse when a pipsqueak like Charmaine says it. Not that I would be not that I think you would. But you didn't come here to make a nuisance of yourself, did you? I think you came here for my help instead, isn't that right? Charmaine takes another step forward. She reaches out, still smiling mischievously. Resting her palms on atop Blaze's head, she says, Blaze? I must apologize for the unwelcome reception you both received. It was most unfair. And Nanny only has my best interests at heart, but sometimes she can take things too far. Hope you're not too offended. Oh no, that's fine. I've been treated far worse. I'm sure Blaze has too. As I can imagine, he might have been. Yeah, everyone is. I mean, it's not untrue. A giggling Charmaine eyes Blaze with some degree of amusement. Her fingers curled through the ceramic candles of her teacup. The pair of us are sitting in what I can only presume is one of the many drawing rooms in the Valaire family, after having been led here by a long-suffering Natel. This drawing room is spacious, with a ceiling high enough to rival the ones in the entrance hall. The wallpaper is an unoffensive shade of beige. Much of the furniture looks to be rosewood. The divans and the chairs, all a false stirred navy blue. Numerous large windows, frames, and walls which look out onto the expensive garden of the Valaire family estate. These gardens are green and verdant, full of neatly pruned hedgerows and impossibly neat flower beds. A fountain is situated amongst a copse of carefully copse. Sorry, I read that wrong. Among a copse of carefully planted fruit trees, gently regurgitating crystalline waters from the cupped hands of a stoned angel. It's all very elegant, but it feels a little too prim and proper for my liking. Can't see so much as a single speck of dust anywhere. Jermaine is probably the most slipshod sight in the entire drawing room, minus myself, of course. Which, with my rumpled hair and equally rumpled clothes. Charmaine's crooked pigtails stand out more than ever when contrasted with the careful and deliberate symmetry of the trees outside. Wonder what her parents have to say about her appearance. Bet they nag her about it all the time, probably more than Natel does. Wonder if she finds it stifling living in a place like that. That might explain why she's decided to curse Blaze. Did you simply want to change of pace? So, Charmaine set her teacup down on a saucer, then says, "I'm going to guess you came to ask about Blaze, son." "That's right, I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about his current condition?" "His condition, huh? Is that what you're calling it?" I wasn't sure what would be the most polite way to term it, not with. My eyes flicker to Natel, who stands stifling by Charmaine's side. I don't finish that thought. I don't know how much Charmaine's maid knows about all of this, but Charmaine doesn't seem overly concerned by Natel's presence, because she beams. "Oh, are you worried about what old Nanny might think?" "Milady, please, I'm not old." "Maybe not, but you sure act like it, Nanny. That's what with all your fussing. If you're not careful, you'll get wrinkles, and that'll be such a shame. You're not unattractive, you know, even if you always wear that dowdy old dress. And those awful shoes. I dress as I expect of a maid. Your mother wouldn't like it. Wouldn't like it if I was too flashy. I know Mother doesn't like anything much. But whatever, you might act like a rich. You might act like a right old stick in the mud, Annie. But I know you're not a snitch. No, you're always been pretty good at keeping my secrets, against my better judgment sometimes. So I don't mind telling you what's up. Not told anyone about this, actually, but Charmaine smiles and, uncrossing her legs, shifts upwards on her chair and says plaintively, "I did curse Blaze. It was if you needed the confirmation. I'm going to guess he told you that already, though." "He did mention it, yes." I reply with a nod, as does Blaze, while Natel, who seems quite startled by the stairs. "What, you didn't, did you, milady?" "No, but I did, and this was very easy too. I just had to wave my hand and then, poof." The maid makes a sweeping gesture with her right hand and giggles. Wonder what he was to her? "You should have been there, Nanny. It looks like he looks just shocked. My sides could have flit with laughter." "My lady, please. It really isn't polite to laugh at like that, especially not in the company of guests. What is this about cursing Blaze? What did you do to him?" "Do you know Blaze too, then, Miss Natel?" "I did, yes. He actually worked here for a few months." Okay. Though, I did warn Lord and Lady Lalera against employing him. He's a vagabond who's never before held a stable job. I thought admitting such a gentleman into this house would be a recipe for trouble. Lady Lalera was in agreement with me. My mistress was a good head on her shoulders. But the Lord was less receptive of my arguments. Lord is something of a philanthropist, and you see, and my daddy always been a bit of a bleeding heart. He's always trying to see the best in people. He takes money with him wherever he goes, so he can toss some coins at any stray urchin or passersby. and he's always willing to turn the other cheek. He wasn't very angry when I went down to breakfast this morning after I transformed myself. Mother almost fainted, but Daddy was really understanding. Okay, that was recent. He said he'd always wanted a daughter, and I was happy. He was happy. He was happy. He doesn't even get on my case when I ditch my edited lessons with old Armand. Though my mother doesn't get on his case about it. She thinks she's too soft. Nanny here agrees with her. Isn't that right, Nanny? Oh no, heaven forbid. Annette blushes deeply, all the way to the root of her chair. I wouldn't presume to insult the master of my own home. That would be the most uncouth. I think he is a very kind man. His benevolence is to his benefit. When it comes to people like Blaze, though. He ran into him on the streets, or so my daddy said. He was in trouble since he'd been caught nicking something from the market stalls. The vendors was going on about having him banged up in a gallows, and Dad felt sorry for him. Daddy intervened and paid the vendor that it was all a misunderstanding and took Blaze back here as a charity case. Felt a little. He heard a little about his past and then offered him a job on the spot to keep him on the straight and narrow, as my daddy would say. He was trying to do right by the community, like he always does. My daddy really does see the good in everyone, even petty thieves like you, Blaze. You should consider yourself lucky that my daddy's so nice. Most nobles wouldn't bother spitting on you if you were on fire, especially not if you'd been caught stealing. You didn't give the best impression. I mean, did you try stealing from this house and that's why? Or the best second impressions either. Even after you've gotten all livied up. Mother pitched a huge fit about taking you on as a servant. She said you had bad blood, once a thief, always a thief. That's what she said. She tried to put her foot down, but Daddy was firm. He said you dealt a hard hand in life and you deserved a second chance. He was adamant that you'd turn over a new leaf once afforded a shiny new opportunity. But he was wrong. You didn't stop your thievery ways, did you? You kept up with your old tricks, pinching a salt shaker here, a knife or a fork there, until I caught you in the act. Saw what you were doing, so I decided to punish you. Hence the curse you cast on him. Exactly. I'm glad you're so quickly to catch on, Aster. Makes the explanation a lot easier. What, then this cat? That looks at Blaze pitifully. It still curls up in my lap. I don't think she's gonna help us. This really is Blaze? That's right, I figured if I turned him into a cute little kitten, he wouldn't be able to steal anything from us anymore. Not without opposable thumbs. Plus, he's way cuter like this, don't you think? It was quite the masterful idea on my part, if I do say so myself. It is an impressive piece of magic, yes. But my lady, you aren't supposed to use magic on others. I know you're very talented, but it could cause some real harm if you keep this up. Remember what your history tutor said when you gave him a beak? He said this. He was distraught. Never been back since. That was the general idea, yeah. You know that I couldn't stand awful awful old Salim nanny. He was even worse than Armand. He did have a bit of a short temper. It's true, but nothing. I wanted to get rid of him, and it worked, just like it did with Blaze. If anything, you should be thanking me for driving a thief out of the home. You never wanted him here anyway, remember? That's certainly true, but you should have reported his thievery to your parents. It should have decided his fate, not you. I could have, yes. But that would have broken Daddy's heart. Not really. He really wanted to leave in place here. He argued for him so passionately. I would have hated to be the bearer of bad news. I couldn't do that to him, not when he'd only ever wanted to help people. It wouldn't have been right. So you thought turning Blaze into a cat was the better solution? Guess. It got rid of Blaze, and I never had to tell my daddy everything I'd seen. It looked like he just ran away, which wouldn't be out of character, seeing as he is a street urchin. This way, Blaze is out of the picture, and my daddy needs never know that he was hoodwinked so awfully. Besides, if I had told my parents, Mother would ensure that Blaze would be thrown in prison, and I don't think that would be much better. This way, at least, he gets to go free. Everybody wins. I can see the logic behind that, I suppose, but Nat looked at Blaze. Her expression's troubled. Are you really Blaze? Blaze was tragically nods. Oh my, I can hardly believe this. This is an awful lot to take in, though I suppose it doesn't make sense. I had wondered where he had gone yesterday. Wonder no more. The very pretty and talented witch, Charmaine, has explained everything. So, Mr. Wizard, did Blaze tell you about all of that? About his thievery, you mean? I mean, he also kind of didn't have much time to explain. It's kind of like in the middle of the night when he got his human form back. Yep. Funnily enough, that part did not come up in conversation. It must have slipped his mind. Well, we all make mistakes. Try not to judge him too harshly for that. Oh, he's very trying, believe me. I give Blaze a squeeze and so oh, don't do that. So, I survey Charmaine, my fingers still digging into Blaze's hide. Gives me quite a lot to think about, but she still hasn't given me any helpful information when it comes to actually breaking his curse. Is it even possible? Not sure, but it doesn't hurt to ask. That's why I came here. You know how I might be able to turn Blaze back? Well, that's the thing. I don't wholly know. Oh no. Well, that's not good. No. I find it hard to believe given Charmaine's one who cursed Blaze in the first place. She isn't toying with us, is she? It's not beyond the realm of possibility, but I think she's being sincere. No, I don't. I might be a witch, and I might be gifted in the art of transformation, but I still don't have a full grasp of my powers yet, especially not when other people are involved. Does that mean the one guy that he gave a beak, or she gave a beak to, still has a beak? Oh no. I'm hoping I'll get better at it if given a few years. I'm afraid Blaze doesn't have a few years to work with. I beg your pardon. I can't say I like the sound of oh no. I might not know how to lift Blaze's enchantment, but I do know that he doesn't have much long to do oh. Does that mean the guy with the beak probably has that from now on, since you can't reverse it? I was very angry, you see, when I discovered he had been stealing from my family. I was so angry, in fact, I think I placed quite a powerful curse on him. I can't find a way to break it in, I'd say a week, and he'll be in hot water. And by that you mean the spell will stick and he'll be stuck as a cat for the rest of his days. Right. I groaned. I can't help myself. Fear as much by hearing Charmaine say it isn't doing my nerves much good. I still don't know Blaze all that well, but I don't want him being stuck as a cat forever. Sounds like a ghastly fate, even if he did bring it upon himself. All of this would have been avoided if he'd kept his fingers to himself and always been away from the Veller family's fine china, but it's too late for what ifs now. The fact remains that Blaze did wrong Charmaine's family, and she cursed him accordingly. I don't know if I can blame her for what she did, but it sounds like quite the fearsome curse indeed. But I suppose I should consider myself fortunate to have not done anything to get on her bad side. What would she do to me if I incurred her wrath? Would she turn me into a frog, a rat, a bat? And I thought dealing with Angelique was difficult. Charmaine is... He gives off mouse vibes. Like, I feel like he would be like a little white mouse. Charmaine is much more dangerous. I know this news might have been what... I know this news mightn't been what you've been hoping to hear. Yeah, no kidding. But I'm afraid there's nothing I can do. If it's of any consolation, however, you don't feel happy about this. I'm not that cruel. And yet, despite that, you still curse Blaze to begin with. Oh, yes. Why should I feel guilty? He deserved it. I should be well within my rights to punish any ne'er-do-wells who would use my daddy's kindness against him. He took Blaze out of his goodness of his heart. What Blaze did in return was no way to repay him. I'm not trying to argue that he was right. I just think he might have taken things a bit too far. Well, maybe, but this is all for the greater good. Ought to deter Blaze from stealing again, if nothing else. I suppose it would be hard to steal those things when you're just too small to open doors or drawers on your own. I mean, cats can do that. Like, mine definitely can. Like, he's very smart, and he definitely knows how to open drawers and doors. Exactly, my curse is quite practical. No, that really is all I know. I'm sorry that I could not be more help, but you're a very gifted wizard, Aster. If anybody can help Blaze, I'm sure you can. Hang in there, alright? I'm glad Charmaine seems to have so much faith in me, but I'm not so sure myself. I have experience with lifting curses, but they tend not to be as strong as Charmaine's. She wasn't exaggerating when she said she was a gifted witch. She might be one of the most powerful witches I've ever met, excluding myself, of course. She is still a novice, but the latent power which rolls off her is intimidating even for me. I can feel a shiver running down my spine, and I'm not the only one. Oh, Blaze meows sadly while Charmaine smiles. I know it's a hard lot in life, being stuck in a body don't belong in. You try to have heart though. I'm sure everything will work out. It always tends to in the end. Now, there really isn't anything else I can tell the pair of you. So would you mind leaving? My piano tutor will be here soon. I would like to prepare. Good luck, may the stars watch over you, and all of that. You can do it. I believe in you. Wait, please. Call out to Charmaine, hoping that there might be at least one morsel of extra information I can read aloud of her, but alas. 1 second. Might start lagging soon, so we might have to end soon, but I'll try to keep going. There will be no waiting. The lady has made it quite apparent that she no longer wishes to speak to you. You consider yourself fortunate that she can send it to an audience with you, with the both of you, at all, particularly given her past with Mr. Blaze. Now let me show you out. Follow me. Alright, I understand. Thank you for your time, Miss Charmaine. It was most illuminating. I will now be taking my leave. Yes, you do that. I'm sure that you will be fine, both of you. But I wouldn't be overly upset, even if you can't break Blaze's curse. I knew Blaze was a human when he still. I knew Blaze as a human when he still worked for my family. I think he's much more agreeable like this. He does make for a very cute cat, does he not? I don't reply to that. I don't know what to say. I still don't think Charmaine was in the wrong for cursing Blaze, but the way she's doing about it, all this is a bit questionable. I think she's enjoying it a bit too much. I have no idea such a sweet smiling girl could be so sadistic. Aww. Oh. That was a waste of time. March through the forest. I mean, I'm not completely. I guess we know some. No, I guess we don't really know much about the curse, but I think learning more about how he's in the situation was important. March through the forest, finished with my audience with Charmaine, crunching leaves and twigs beneath my boots as I go. Held laced to me, my arms round about him, so he can't wiggle free. I think he knows he'll be in it for when we get back home, and for good reason. I like to say I can't believe this, but I can't believe this only too well. I've not known you for that long, and I already know you're a rotten crook. But we're making out like Charmaine's cursed you. You were making it out like Charmaine cursed you for no reason. Now I hear that you were stealing from her? It's no wonder she got angry. I know you're not actually a cat, but you have fluff for brains. Can you even think? What did you think would happen, huh? I give Blaze a shit. Oh, don't do that. And he howls. If he was a real cat, I might sympathize with him, but he's not, so I don't. All of this happened because you couldn't keep your fingers to yourself, and now you've gotten me all caught up in your nonsense. What do you have to say for yourself? Oh, stop doing that. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm starting to think I'd better off if I would wash my hands of Blaze. He's not done anything after all. Yeah. Wait, what? I'm starting to think I'd better off if I washed my hands of Blaze. He's not done anything after all to serve my help. Okay, should have kept reading. Serve my help, but for whatever reason I can't. Maybe it's because he was a cat when I first saw him, but I'd feel guilty if I abandoned him now. I'm not sure if we'll be able to go back to normal without my help. Tremaine did say there was a time limit on her curse. He only has a week to break this curse, which isn't a lot. Blaze might have brought this on himself, but I don't think he deserves to be stuck in a cat's body for all eternity, over swiping trinkets. I don't owe him anything, but I can't just abandon him. I was hoping to be peeved about all this, though. Well, we'll be having a long talk about this later tonight, when you're capable of talking again. Leave you me. There's a lot I'd like to discuss with you, please. You best prepare yourself. I don't like thieves. I give Blazes. Oh, stop doing that. That's so mean. But it's liars who really get on my nerve. Later that night. Now, let me get this straight. Last night you told me that Charmaine cursed you for no real reason, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Based on what I heard, she had a good reason to take against you. Were you really stealing from her family? Well, yeah. I remember taking a few trinkets from her, but I had good reason to do it, Esther, I swear I did. And what would those reasons be, if you don't mind me asking? Well, the thing is, you see, the thing is what? I hope you have halfway suitable excuse prepared, or I'll be very, very disappointed in you. Not that there's very much excuse. Give me 1 minute. Let me see if I can fix this. Yeah, I don't think it's getting any better, and I mean, it has been an hour, which have been how long the streams have been going by. So it's probably best to end right now, and then we'll probably do another. I don't know why it's this game in particular that's doing this. Like, I just don't understand. I've never like had this issue with like I feel like the RPGs I usually play are a lot more beefy than that. I don't know. I really don't understand it, but it is what it is. Let's see. Today's date. Yeah, maybe tomorrow or Thursday in the next stream. But yeah. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Have a good day.